So this presentation will be over mounting the course to the PrairieLearn server. Here in the high-level overview, we are currently on 9. For the video overview, we'll be generating the SSH key on the virtual machine and put the SSH key into GitLab account, adding the course to the PrairieLearn server in admin settings, and then syncing the course to display the content. So here are the sources, the GitLab docs, and the SSH keygen. I'd recommend looking at the keygen on what we're actually doing, but I feel like the GitLab is pretty intuitive. And the big picture on why do we need this SSH key? This allows GitLab to have a common key between the virtual machine and GitLab, so it knows it's a trusted user for the account. So basically, just saying this is just GitLab or Git repos are now requiring mostly using SSH key to identify a machine, and using SSH kind of bypasses the needing to enter a username and password every time you would get pulled or something. So here's the diagram overview and the diagram focus. So here we'll be mounting this course. In orange is from our virtual machine and the Git repository that we pulled earlier, so now it's local, and then we're going to be mounting it to the courses directory and the Docker image. So here are the steps to sync the main server to the new course. Once the development branch gets merged to the main branch, here are the steps to sync the main server to display these changes, but this will be useful in the walkthrough. But yeah, here's just the steps, a slide presentation or a slide in the presentation to just be able to remember. So I just made this slide to help you through the walkthrough, or to remember, just to have a navigation other than the walkthrough of syncing the course. But yeah, now I'll play the walkthrough. So what we're gonna do first is go into our VM, and I already pulled it up. Remember, we're gonna be on VS Code. So now we want to, I have directed into my home. So I am in CD home and my VM user. So now that we're here, we are gonna do SSH keygen. Oh, I apologize. Maybe it was just this. Alright, so now we're just gonna pretty much go through this. Enter file name. You don't have to enter any of these. This is for more security, but right now for what we need, we don't need it. So we got that working. So now what we're gonna do is actually copy that key. So we're gonna go into .pub, and this is the key we want. Do not share this with anyone. So we're just gonna copy that, and then we are gonna pull up the Git repo. So currently we are using GitLab for this, and then so it'll be the same process for GitHub, but it might be through different settings, but overall the main idea is there. So we're gonna go over here to preferences, we're gonna go to SSH keygens, and then we are gonna paste the key right here, and then you can just leave that there, the title. We're gonna use it for authentication and signing, so pulling and syncing, that's what we're gonna be using. So now usually I guess it's better security to add expiration date for this key to keep resetting it, maybe every month, maybe every semester. But right now we're just not gonna have one, and then we are gonna click add a key. Alright, now we should be able to pull from this Git repo. So we're gonna go to the repository real quick, and we are gonna clone it. So we want to clone with SSH. So now when we go back to the VM, we are going to clone it right here. So we're just gonna paste that. Nope. Git clone. and then this. And it's able to use this SSH key we just generated and input it in GitLab to do this. So you know this is working successfully, and we're just gonna wait for it to completely pull. And then we are gonna be mounting this course. So actually we can mount it. Now that it's resolved, I should pop up here later, but we can check right here. This is our Git repo, and if we go inside of this Git repo, we will see this is our course. And we need, I'm pretty sure we already talked about it, been in another video, but we need this configuration.json for the PrairieLearn to identify the course we have. So we are so far so good. So now what we're gonna do is actually mount this course and mount our SSH. So what we need to do is go into the Docker Compose Production YML, and we are gonna type in, we're gonna direct it to this folder of this course. So we're gonna do this, we're gonna go home, and then the user, and then the actual Git repo, and then we're gonna mount it to PrairieLearn and use it is specified in the documentation in PrairieLearn to do courses, and this will mount pretty much the stuff inside of this. So this is all gonna be inside of courses, and later we'll see how to really access that in the PrairieLearn server. So that's what we need for this. And then to mount the SSH, we're gonna go the same thing, home VM user .ssh, and then we're gonna mount that to actually root on the container .ssh. And that should be it for mounting the actual course. We're gonna save that, and now we are gonna run the PrairieLearn. So we are gonna run docker compose /f for file docker compose production .yml, and we're gonna do up. Right now I'm not gonna run it with /-d right now because I'm gonna shut it down later and restart it, but we're just gonna test this out. Make sure you use sudo. And then we're gonna copy the password real quick. And this should be getting going. Alrighty, it says it's up. So now we are going to go to this SDMA. Alright, we're gonna log in, and I believe with my IOState account was the, nope. Make sure you have the admin. Remember in our last video when we configured admin or authentication, make sure you're on the account that has the admin access. So right now we turned on. Okay, so now we want to go to this admin tab, and then we're going to scroll down to courses. So we're going to add course, and here's where you pretty much add the details. So short name, we're just going to do test course test, and then test course 101. Leave the time zone how it is, and here is the path to the course. So make sure remember how we mounted it. I'll show you back. It's going to be courses, and then we want to go inside of the actual course right here. We're going to direct it to this course. So we're going to do courses course, and then the GitLab repo, we're just going to copy this from this right here, and we're going to paste it into there. And make sure the PrairieLearn or GitLab now uses main as the main branch name, not master. I believe that's GitHub, but we're just going to change this to main. You can honestly change it to any other branch, or maybe like a development branch, or we have different branches for different questions going on or different homeworks. So but right now we're just going to use the main one. So we're going to add course, And now we have added the course right here, as we see the repository, the path. And now there might be might need to do something here in a bit, but we're just going to test it. Let's see if it works. So here's the course finally. So courses with instructor access, it's now here. So now we're going to click that and then go to sync. And now we have this where we have the details on path on disk and then remote repository. So now since we have the SSH mounted too, if we click pull from Git repository, okay, so yes, now we need to add this into the either the VM or, so I believe it's here. So this is just another terminal. It has the same thing. All right, so now it should be able to work. Either we had to do it there or in the container, but we're just gonna test this. I believe, okay, we have to go into the container, and that is okay. So now we can do is go to sudo docker execute on PL, I believe execute it on PL container, and we're gonna go into the bin and bash of this, and we're just gonna copy the password again and paste it here. And now we're on the bin bash, and now we paste this into this. So paste, that is okay. And now that should work. Let's see if it works. And now it is fetching from repository. It's running and successful. So now if we go back, we check the questions, and now we have all the questions on the GitHub, the GitLab, sorry. So yeah, that is the way to mount your course. And in the other video, the next video, I will be showing you how to set up the development environment for testing purposes and just developing more questions and all that, and then how our workflow is working for our group. And I'm just going to be showing an example or showing you how we did that. So that's it for this video. Thank you. Recap, we can now access our course in the PrairieLearn server and continuously sync the PrairieLearn server with the main branch in our Git repository. So now the next video will just be showing you how to create the development environment for PrairieLearn and just how the workflow within our development team works. Thank you.